So, today's game is called Lucifer Within Us. I recently got this game on the HIO bundle with the bundle for Ukraine. Now, it's no longer up, but it does loads of bundles all the time, so you could always keep a lookout for that. This game is something, I briefly read the description. It mentioned something about being a digital exorcist. Thought it looked pretty interesting, so I figured I'll make a video or two about it. I know in my last video I said monthly videos would be coming out, and this one's probably going to be a little bit late, by like half a week or something. So, hopefully it's not too late, but it will be up relatively soon, after a month has passed. And then my plans for April, I plan to do an SCP Secret Laboratory video because update 11.2 is coming out and they're adding some cool new items. So I figured I'll hop back in, do some funny moments, and showcase some of the new items if I get the chance. Other than that, let's just get into the game. It seems I only have access to one case. I don't know if there's voice acting. If there is, I'll be quiet. If there isn't, I will just read it out. Okay, so it's not going to force me to continue. So this seems important. 100 years without murder, 100 years without demonic possession, then this. I'm Sister Ada, exorcist and investigator. This is my testament to the massacre at St. Walpurgis Abbey. It is truth. Do not believe the lies of my accusers. Cybernetics Workshop.
Sister Ada, welcome.
Oh, there's voice acting. 1 second, guys. Let me turn this volume up a bit then.
I am Virgil, Chief Inquisitor at St. Walpurgis Abbey. We may be in need of your talents as an exorcist. You can survey the evidence yourself, but I think you will agree.
Has there truly been a murder?
It seems so. A respected priestess, Mother Miriam, passed this morning under suspicious circumstances. A demon may be present. Here, even now, possessing someone.
What happened, exactly?
Mother Miriam was only recently appointed as successor to Abbot Gregory. This morning, she came to the workshop to receive her coronet of office.
Something went wrong with the installation.
Yes, to put it mildly, the coronet oversurged, killing Mother Miriam. Brace yourself for the sight.
Then, the workshop operators, Gideon and Reuben, are the prime suspects. They are brothers, right?
Yes, but it's highly out of character for Gideon or Reuben to kill someone. Even so, they were the only ones present when Mother Miriam died.
Daemons nurture our sinful desires into unthinkable actions, Virgil. One of the brothers has surely been seduced by a daemon. Whichever it is, I will unmask his lies and cast out the daemon within him.
May Einsoff's will be done. Amen.
To exorcise a daemon, we must uncover 4 things. First, the suspect. We must identify which sinner is possessed by a daemon. Second, the opportunity. When exactly was the murder committed? We can pinpoint the opportunity by analyzing each suspect's testimonies. Third, the means by which the murder has been committed. The means can be found among the physical evidence at the scene of the incident. Fourth, the motive of the murderer, which can be found in their inner world, their sanctum. The motive will tell us which daemon possesses the sinner.
Very well. Let us begin our holy work.
Okay, so it's pretty clear why it's called the Two Brothers case now. Seems I will be investigating these two to find the murderer. I also noticed that I pronounced daemon wrong in the beginning, so I'll be switching over to that pronunciation now. Coronet limiter. Seems important. Coronet limiter, a valuable piece of physical evidence. A new entry is now added to your evidence panel, which can be found in the lower left of your display. There you can access detailed information about the coronet limiter. You must present them to the suspects in order to discover any contradictions. Okay, so that's down here. Found in Gideon's workspace in pristine condition, proponent is required to safely install the coronet without causing an aether oversurge. So this was clearly removed from the machine, I would say. Let's check Gideon's computer. Consecration ceremony. Okay, so this is their instructions. Place the coronet and recipient in the chamber. The performer and the recipient pray in silence. Begin the song to start modulating the aether. Intensify the aether output by bringing the performance to a crescendo. So, seeing as how the coronet limiter is sitting right here, I'm going to assume that it has been removed. And that was the whole safety part. I'm going to hold off just a second on interrogating them. It seems more like a collectible than evidence. So, coronet implant. Okay, so it's an implant that she was supposed to be getting, and this was supposed to help her install it. Let's check Ruben's computer. So, two things here. The coronet blueprints for constructing the ether coronet. The purpose of the device seems to amplify the user's ether output. The components are amplifier, casing, and limiter. Okay. And the other one is the spear blueprints. Plans for restoring a relic that was recently brought to St. Walpurgis by Father Augustine. Nothing too suspicious on either of their computers. Let's check the control panel. Used to activate it, usage records show that ether output during the ceremony was well beyond safe ranges. So yeah, the limiter definitely was not in this thing when they started. Oof. And I guess the coronet is like some kind of brain implant, seeing as how her head is off. Yeah. Body isn't touched, but the head exploded. And parts of the amplifier component and bits of the casing have survived the explosion. So her coronet had the amplifier and the casing, but not the limiter. So my main goal is going to be to find out who took the limiter out of the two brothers. Used to open and close the consecration chamber, only operable from outside the chamber. Usage records show that it was opened twice this morning. Okay, interesting. Let's see, is there anything down here? No. So, I guess since it's interrogation time, let's talk to Gideon first.
Madness! I will not suffer this injustice! I am Gideon the Grand, the greatest cybernetician of our generation. I am blessed. I don't know what went wrong this morning. My hands are guided by the divine.
I see only gaudy trinkets here. Mother Miriam died by your hands. Is that not so?
Oh, that was weird. Time to cut out the voice acting. Mother Miriam was my patron. She loved me like a son. I did nothing wrong. The consecration chamber must have been compromised. Sister Ada is here to seek the truth, Gideon. You have nothing to fear if you are innocent. Please hear Gideon's testimony, Sister Ada, and judge for yourself if he speaks true. Testimony of a subject is divided into events. You can access detailed descriptions of events by hovering over them. You can manipulate the timeline marker to navigate to any moment in the testimony. Ooh, okay. Very well.
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times before, so I was confident.
Okay.
To prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Reuben to take Mother Miriam to the consecration chamber. Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification. Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times before, so I was confident.
Ooh, okay. Gideon doesn't mention Reuben being present and greeting Mother Miriam. Let's ask him about it. Okay. Were you alone when greeting Mother Miriam? Yes, I'm certain that I was alone then. Strange. Okay.
Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification at my work table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
Yeah, what did he modify? Because the limiter is out of it, which it shouldn't be. Why would he do that? Why would he change it to the maximum setting? But he made sure to replace it. Okay, not exactly convinced. Oh, she just deloaded. Oh, because he looked away from her. Okay, and then he closed the door.
We began by closing our eyes and praying together to Ein Sof. I thought I heard the chamber open, but didn't think much of it.
Yeah, that's fishy. You heard the door open? Perhaps. I think I also heard footsteps, but it's a faint, vague memory. Not to mention it's impossible. After all, Mother Miriam can't open the door from within. Reuben was probably working away on some new device or another. Must have imagined it. That's strange, because over in the arrival he specified that he was alone, and now he says he's not. Okay, so he prayed.
Then I activated the consecration chamber and began the ceremony itself. The aether output was within safe ranges.
In safe ranges, and then she suddenly popped.
Then I activated the consecration chamber and began the ceremony itself. The aether output was within...
The device specifically, yeah, shows that it was beyond safe ranges. He's definitely very suspicious.
An exorcist? Surely there are no demons here, though. This was an accident, wasn't it? If Gideon is possessed, that would mean he did it on purpose. Horrible.
You must be the elder brother.
Yes, my name is Reuben Garamond. I am responsible for the engineering and design of our implants.
How did Mother Miriam die, exactly?
It was a completely preventable accident. Mother Miriam died because Gideon deliberately flouted the ceremonial guidelines for his own glory. Gideon may be my flesh and blood, but he must take responsibility for his negligence.
Yeah, let's see.
Mother Miriam came to us to receive a consecration ceremony, but she wanted something extravagant. Gideon suggested setting the coronet to have maximum ether output. I warned him that doing so is highly dangerous.
Yeah, that contradicts what he said in the beginning.
Gideon convinced her to move forward with the ceremony anyway. Since he was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks. When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen.
Yeah. Very well. There are three ways we should consider what we've discovered. The first way is deduction, since there can only be one truth if two things don't align, one or both of them are false. If Gideon and Reuben do not agree on something, someone is lying. Or if what they say do not match the evidence I find, then they must be lying. Second is induction. I should base my theory based on what I discover. If my theory does not align with any of the testimonies or evidence that I find, then I should discard it. Okay? If two theories are possible, then I should prefer the one that has more information that supports it. Very well. Usually not enough. Abduction. Must hypothesize what could have happened, filling gaps in information with my imagination. This is the fastest and most powerful way of thinking, but also the most fraught. So it wants me to use a mix. Okay, so her arrival is verified. So the one thing they can both agree on is that Miriam dies. So let's see. Let's talk with Gideon again. Recognize this component, Gideon? It was found at your workstation. The coronet limiter. Impossible. But the explosion? How can it be undamaged? Someone must have removed it from the coronet prior to the ceremony, all but ensuring that the ceremony would end in a bloody mess. I had nothing to do with this. Why would I sabotage my own work? Why indeed?
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times before, so I was confident.
Don't recall what he said or did at the time.
Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification at my work table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam.
Okay, so we modified the amplifier. Got it. Let's see. Strange. He seems not to care very much. Your brother crafts the casing. Okay. Nothing useful there. Huh.
To prepare for the ceremony.
Yeah. Menial work
Mother
is
Miriam
already
came to me for her
work.
consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times. Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony.
So yes, control panel clearly says not safe. You lied, Gideon. The ceremony wasn't safe. The control panel records show that the ether output values were abnormally high in range. Of course it was. Mother Miriam wanted the coronet as powerful as it could be. Found Gideon the Grand. With my talents, I had it under control and made no errors. Something else went wrong. I just don't know what. Gideon has amended his testimony. Let's examine maintain control. Okay. Okay. So now that so now that's confirmed because of physicality. I confirmed it with the evidence from the control panel. So, ooh, okay. New feature inside his head now. This will hopefully let me find what his motivation would be. Okay. Now I have psychological evidence. Let's quickly examine each statement in his testimony again. I see. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Prince of Daemons and the eternal adversary of Ain Soph manifests in the ambitious and strong-willed, promising them their heart's desire in exchange for their soul. Strong-willed, huh? Consume, no. Not the righteous. It's not righteous. No, he's a narcissist. He doesn't doubt himself. He'd be Lucifer. Okay. I can accuse the subject. To accuse the subject, I must establish the opportunity, means, and motive of the crime. I can try as many times as I wish, but there's only one true answer for each section. Okay. The opportunity was clearly when he adjusted the coronet. That was his chance to modify it to be dangerous. Okay. You're the last person to handle the coronet. If the coronet was damaged during the events of this morning, his means, his physical evidence, he took out the coronet, right? Is that what it would be? Ooh. Should I do coronet limiter or coronet remains? I think I should do remains. Okay. That one was wrong. The motive. He's narcissistic, which matches up with Lucifer. You're a self-absorbed man. Everything you do feeds into your pride. To you, Mother Miriam was a mere prop for your masterpiece. You carelessly caused her death in pursuit of artistic glory. How dare you? I took the utmost care in everything I did for Mother Miriam. The coronet was designed to be worn by her. Without her, it will remain forever imperfect. I would never risk anything that could harm my work or Mother Miriam. Yeah. Okay, so we know the opportunity. It was when he adjusted the coronet. We just need to know his means for it and his motive. Yes, okay. These are confirmed. Let's see.
Then I rose up, opened my eyes, and approached the control panel. I was ready to begin.
Okay, so we thought he heard something behind him. Don't remember what exactly. My mind was focusing on the ceremony.
The ether output was dangerously high, but I had the chamber under control.
Okay, so he knows it was risky, and he's very confident in himself. Okay, nothing he did could have overcome it. I think we have to ask Reuben more.
To prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Reuben to take Mother Miriam to the consecration chamber.
No. Let's... First
Meanwhile,
off,
I adjusted the
let's
coordinates
contradict
amplification at my work table,
with
and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
the coordinate over there. Let's do this. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, let's leave. I'm going to talk to Ruben. Specifically this part. Yes. Gideon specifically mentioned. Yeah. He said that he. Okay, so Gideon told Ruben
to move forward with the ceremony anyway.
Yeah. He didn't just go back to his work. He was doing something else behind him. Ruben Garamond, you did not return to your workstation after the discussion. Gideon ordered you to open the consecration chamber for Mother Miriam. Ordered me? Is that what he told you? Despite his delusions, Gideon is certainly not my master. I did open the chamber, it's true. I apologize for the omission. It's a regular part of our routine that had slipped my mind earlier. Very well. Let's check his testimony again. Yes. Okay, confirmed. He did, in fact, open it.
Gideon suggested setting the coronet to have maximum ether output. I warned him that doing so is highly dangerous.
So the door was closed until this point. Why did you not close it after Mother Miriam entered? Because I knew Gideon was bringing the coronet soon. The ceremony had yet to begin anyways, so it was still safe to keep the chamber open. Okay.
They decided to perform the ceremony anyway. I opened the consecration chamber, while Gideon brought the coronet. Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Hold on. So
when Gideon activated the consecration chamber,
Gideon said,
I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to
said
stop.
he heard someone behind him. Hold on.
Since Gideon was going to
switch back over to Gideon.
Then I rose up, opened my eyes, and approached the control panel.
Did you hear or notice anything? Thought I heard something behind me. Don't remember exactly what. Okay, so let's see if specifically at this part Ruben matches
Since Gideon
up.
was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
No, he was not working at this time. Contradict. Okay.
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Yeah.
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen.
The aether output was dangerous.
Okay. Ceremony was risky. Okay.
Then the aether output was dangerously high, but I had the chamber under control.
Okay, so Ruben does come up here.
Then we began by closing our eyes and praying together. Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification at my work table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
Door controls show that it was opened twice. That seems to match up because it was opened. Yeah, okay.
Mother Miriam.
Were you alone? Yes, I'm certain I was alone then. Okay, there we go. Making progress. Lies, Gideon. Ruben tells me he was with you when Mother Miriam arrived. What? Come to think of it, yes, he was standing there, scowling as usual. He was not just standing there, he tried to stop you. Mother Miriam wanted her coronet to be extraordinary, so you convinced her to increase its ether output. Ruben warned you about the danger, but you insisted to Mother Miriam that the ceremony was safe. I love my brother, but Ruben can be a sniveling coward. He's exaggerating the risk. Yes, it had some danger, but it was well within my abilities. I made no error. This is how it happened. Good, now they match up.
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times before, so I was confident. Mother Miriam wanted the coronet to be spectacular, so I suggested maximizing its aether amplification. prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Reuben to take Mother Miriam to the consecration chamber.
I didn't want her to have to wait too long. He seems to be very upset towards this
Meanwhile,
program.
I adjusted the cornet's amplification at my work table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
Okay, he's adjusting it, adjusting it, adjusting it.
We began by closing our eyes and praying together to Ein Sof. I thought I heard
Heard the door open. Yeah. Okay, let's switch over to Reuben.
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Contradict. Gideon thought he heard something during the prayer. Doesn't mean anything. He could have imagined it. Let's ask about these. This is what he was supposedly working on during the ceremony. Asked him to help restore this relic. Quite proud. Should be ready for tonight's mass. Ooh, something psychological. Let's see. He's a believer. Okay, interesting. He knows that cybernetics are a critical part of the one truth. Okay, interesting. That would match up with Sophonos. Yeah. So far they could both be demons. Interesting. Let me ask him about the Coronet blueprints. Coronet would have been safe to install. What about these? Limiter seems to be missing. Okay, so let's ask.
Meanwhile, I adjusted the cornet's amplification at my work
Yes,
table.
let's ask about these. Yes. Where's the limiter? There's a safety device. Protected from the oversurge. The crown jewel. Ah, here we go. Now I'm making progress. Go a layer deeper. He's a skeptic. Interesting. Let's see what that means. Speaks and acts virtuously in public, but doesn't really believe in the one truth or the daemons. Weren't they rooted out 100 years ago? Okay, so he doesn't truly believe that daemons exist. Doesn't seem to match up with any of the daemons specifically. So, still missing something. Let's see, what else is there to ask about? Okay, yada yada yada. Let's ask him about the spear blueprints. Whatever keeps him busy is fine by me. Alright, very well. Okay, let's see. Door controls. That it was sealed during the ceremony, but it was opened twice. Just before the ceremony opened. Oh. Okay, so I didn't know there was a time period on it.
They decided to, since Gideon was
So,
going to handle
during this
everything,
prayer, let's
I went back to
contradict
my
with the door
tasks.
controls. Perfect. Nice, 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 nice. As your memory slipped once more, the door records show that the consecration, I don't know why I keep saying that, chamber was opened twice today. Given that Gideon was praying during this time, only you could have opened the chamber. Here we go. It's true that I opened the chamber again, just before the ceremony started, but I have my reasons. Something about the chamber seemed unseemly. Given what happened to Mother Miriam, I feel vindicated in my fears. Tell me what you did in the chamber. Oh, come on.
But they decided to perform the ceremony anyway. I opened the consecration chamber, while Gideon brought the coronet. Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Interesting. So let's ask him about that. What were you working on? Okay, ceremonial spear. That matches up.
So I opened the consecration chamber to verify that the coronet was in working order.
But if you verified, then you would have noticed that the limiter was missing.
Everything seemed fine, so I returned to my desk again.
How could everything have seemed fine if the limiter was missing? Okay, let's contradict with these. No. There's no way that everything would have been fine. But let's see what this is about. Oh, envy. That's not good. So, hold on. So, he's a believer and he's envious. Strange. Yeah, okay. So he's envious, so he now matches 2 of the demons. Father Augustine is a scholar of demons and etheric technologies. Okay.
So I opened the consecration chamber to verify that the coronet was in working order.
Okay, let's contradict with that then. No? Contradict with the coronet remains. No. But it wasn't in working order.
Everything seemed fine, so I returned to my desk again. No. He definitely took something there. Let's find out what specifically. Okay, yeah. Let's ask about this. On Gideon's desk. It's no wonder. Must have forgotten to replace it after adjusting the coronation amplification. Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Switch back over to Gideon.
We began by closing our eyes and praying together to Ein Sof. I thought I heard the chamber open, but didn't think much of it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification at my work table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
Let's contradict with the coronet limiter. No. Contradict with the remains. No. Strange. Okay. I have no way to verify these just yet. I have to... Yeah. Just how much I have to uncover. Contradict them and try to accuse a suspect. No one will tell me when I'm ready to accuse. That's entirely up to me. Got it. Let's ask Gideon some more questions. No, okay, let's switch to Ruben then. What were you checking? Yes, precision. Wanted to make sure that the coronet was placed correctly on Mother Miriam. Okay, so he was only checking the placement. Working on ceremonial spear. Once again, got it.
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber...
Why did you have to ask Gideon to stop? Why not force him? Couldn't you open the chamber or push Gideon aside? Interrupting the ceremony would have been more dangerous. Had I opened the chamber, the energy would have been let loose into the workshop. Had I pushed Gideon away, no one would have been controlling the energy. What's about this? So it's public speaking abilities. Got it, so it's sealed. The performer and the recipient pray in silence, begin the song to start modulating the ether, and then intensify it.
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my town.
Got it. So yeah, he's a believer. Let's see. Okay, let's accuse him. His opportunity was checking the chamber. How could he have affected the chamber or Mother Miriam? Well, you went to go check the chamber, so that's when you affected it. Okay. But you removed the limiter without Gideon's knowledge. Very well. His arrogance may have endangered, but you ensured that she would die from it, and his motive. Envy. Envy would be his motive. Means to an end. Humiliation of Gideon. You envy your brother's success. He won his fame, his glory.
Ein Sof sees all, Reuben. You killed Mother Miriam to frame Gideon and take him down a peg. With Gideon gone, a daemon whispered that people would finally recognize you for your genius.
I am older than Gideon. My work is better than Gideon, and more important. But no one sees my work. No one understands my work.
Confess, Reuben. Tell us what the daemon made you do.
Ooh, now his mind is corrupted.
Demonic corruption runs deep within Reuben's soul. Yet Reuben may still be saved. I must speak the daemon's true name. Then the daemon will be cast out.
Okay.
Ein Sof, guide me. What daemon has possessed Reuben?
The envious one. No. No. Yes. This one.
Out, Lotan! Leave this soul and return whence you came!
Ooh, he looks cool.
Magnificently done, Madam Exorcist.
The power of Ein Sof compels you, Lotan. Leave this soul and return to the ether!
Thousands of years, and you humans never change. Never satisfied, always comparing, wanting more. Someone else is always richer, prettier, wiser, better. Nothing can ever fill that void within you. Not even me.
Silence, Lotan. Reuben may yet be redeemed. You are a
He can still be
scourge.
saved.
Without your influence, a good woman would still be alive. Leave humans be, Lotan. I banish you to the ether!
As you wish. But I'll return soon enough. My prince and master Lucifer walks among you. Lucifer will open the gates of hell, and at last, humanity will remember its full potential. Until then, Madam Exorcist, adieu.
I always knew demons were French. No, I'm
Come
just kidding.
forth, Reuben. What remains of you?
Thank.
He's silent and still. Poor soul. Rest, Reuben. Heal, if you can.
Sister Ada, you've returned. Was there a demon at work after all?
See, sometimes they pronounce it daemon, sometimes they pronounce it demon. Not too sure.
I'm afraid so. The exorcism was a success. Reuben's soul has been purged. Unfortunately, the daemon was difficult to cleanse. Reuben is returned to pure innocence.
What? The exorcism shattered his mind? Can you bring him back?
It's out of my hands. If Ain Suf wills it, maybe Reuben will heal.
Guards, please escort this shell to the cryostasis cellar. I pray for his swift recovery. Abbot Gregory!
Praise be to Ein Sof, Sister Ada. You have saved us all. On behalf of everyone at St. Walpurgis, I express our utmost gratitude.
We are not yet safe. We must act quickly until we locate the source of the demonic influence. We don't understand yet why demons would act after 100 years. Holy Father, we must quarantine the abbey and the surrounding town immediately. Detain and interrogate anyone who seems suspicious.
We can try, Sister Ada, but it will be difficult, as we have visitors arriving hourly. Much like yourself, pilgrims from afar are here to celebrate Walpurgisnacht. It's such a shame Mother Miriam couldn't bear witness to it.
Ah, yes. The priestess. We must destroy her body immediately. Traces of demonic influence may remain from her contact with Reuben.
No, Sister Ada, thank you for your concern, but we absolutely cannot. Mother Miriam was a prominent figure and well-loved, with decades of service. We must treat her body with dignity and give her a proper burial. Send Mother Miriam's body to the mortuary for embalming.
Your Excellency, we really ought to take the advice of the exorcist.
Mother Miriam's body has been desecrated enough, Virgil. Send her to the mortuary, now.
As you command, Your Excellency.
Holy Father, you are making a grave mistake.
Sister Ada, don't worry yourself. All will be well. St. Walpurgis' triumph over Lucifer has brought us a century of peace and bliss. It's horrifying that a demon was exorcised from our abbey, but surely it was the final remnant.
The daemon within Reuben spoke of Lucifer's return. Lucifer's ways are insidious. Even the most devout among us have temptations.
It's a shame Brother Reuben fell to the demon. But the rest of my flock is stronger. Faith shall be their shield. Now, please excuse me. This evening's mass requires my attention. We are honored by your presence, Sister Ada. Praise be to Ein Sof.
Even the Holy Father can be foolish then, Ain Suf. Let it not be true that Lucifer walks. But if it is, Ain Suf, guide me, that I may unmask all lies, no matter how painful.
So here's the after mission. The daemon's final words haunted me. Lucifer was already among us. I wanted to destroy Mother Miriam's body to purge any traces of demonic influence. Abbot Gregory did not heed my words. Mother Miriam was to be given a proper burial. That afternoon, Inquisitor Virgil sent for me, asking urgently to meet him at the graveyard.
Praise Ein Sof. Thank you for coming.
So, that appears to be Mission 1. A bit of a tutorial mission, kind of confusing a little bit, but it was pretty fun. I like the mix of like religious and cybernetic genres, or yeah, I guess themes it would be. Very interesting. May do another video on this. Maybe I'll just play it in my own time. For April, for sure, there will be a video of SCP coming out. Because the devlog that they put out looks pretty interesting. I'm excited to see some of the new stuff they added, including an SCP, a shotgun buff, stuff like that. Seems like a really big, crucial update to revitalize it, because it's kind of been getting a little stale. But hope you guys enjoyed. See you sometime in April when the 11.2 update comes out, and maybe a second video in April, but we'll see.